we are here. Nice one. Good. Well, it's been back now for about a few weeks, and I have not had a chance to do an update of Queensville, but I'm back now, and yes, I am fine, and I am very happy that everything's now been sorted out and everything's been resolved from the last broadcast I did on Queensville. So I am just really happy, and things are just much better than the last week. I am really relieved that some things have happened since the last time I was broadcasting live onto Queensville. Some people who watched that video back were pretty annoyed at me, but that's how I had to say it. So let's get on with it. So, but I must say I am pretty. I am still pretty. I am over it now, but I am kind of still, kind of in between anyway. But welcome to Queensville anyway. Welcome back. It's been a month of, well, I haven't done a lot of updates because we haven't had a lot of news happening from Queen, but we do have lots of news today for you guys, including some news surrounding Brian May and this Freddie Mercury film apparently going ahead. So I have things to say about that actually, which is kind of and on about that, and some other Queen stuff coming up as well on the show. And I've also got a huge update of Queen collectibles as well. First thing I want to say is that I must say a big thank you to a few people who supported me last week for everything I've just done for people already for them. I just want to quickly say a big thank you to Steve and Judith and Chris and a lot of people who backed me up last week for that thing I did. So I have to say a big thank you to everybody who really gave me a lot of support from all that we did last week. It was good. So we won't talk about that anymore. That video will be taken down, as I understand, from this week because that video will no longer be posted. But I just thought I'd make a point to it and make sure it's going fine for you guys. So what's happening in the news of Queen this week? Well, a lot of stuff happening in the world of Queen. A lot of things happening in the world of music, actually. First of all, we're going to talk about Roger Taylor first, and Roger accepts a cheque for £50,000 from Hard Rock Cafe for the Mercury Phoenix Trust. Yes, he did. Since he started a relationship with the Hard Rock Cafe, a total of £50,000 has been raised, and we could not be more thankful for the events spent across the team. The world has gone in supporting the charity. We look forward to 2016 proving to be the best one yet. It will be also his 70th birthday, so it's a big year. And what it was Roger Taylor's obviously been very charitable this year, and he decided that the money profits from the Mercury Phoenix Trust were just really acceptable, and he put all the money in towards the Hard Rock Cafe. Now, obviously, the support the Hard Rock Cafe gets so much, obviously, from the next few stuff going on, is that they do so much work for charities and organisations and obviously the most positive possibilities that Roger is also involved with. This is a great thing for Queen and a great thing for our community as well, for the Queen community, that they get involved in all this. And absolutely amazing. So, Roger, well done, mate. Nice one indeed. Next piece of news is this is kind of a thing that I was kind of a little bit mad about, but I'll get that. So yeah, I'll get that in a minute. Anyway, first thing I want to talk about is Brian talk at Bath Fashion Week. I have no idea what this is all about. London's scale startup company to launch Crinoline at Bath Fashion Week with a talk from Brian May and Dennis Perlin, capturing catwalk. I don't know anything about this, to be honest. All I was told was this is in conjunction with this new book he released called Crinoline, which is the continuation of the 3D stereoscopic glasses which you get from your lenses. And with this one, what he did was, because the theatre Diabolique thing was so successful, the second part of this was going more into Brian's more collectible 3D images he wanted to bring to life. And from my point of view, it's a great idea to do it. It's a really good idea. I think the more people that go into the history books and Diabolique and all these 3D images, that were great. Even the Queen one that's now getting produced by Brian is supposed to be the best one they've ever done, and what they've done with the Queen one is they're bringing out Freddie Mercury 3D stereoscopic to life. And from my point of view, that'll be a hell of a hit to get to the shops this year. So I'm really excited to see that, which is really interesting. So good, Brian. So good luck. So that is, I think it was actually just this week that happened as well with it, which is really cool, and it's really, really amazing. Richard Farrell is joining us for some reason. I'll get the questions later because we've got a lot of news to cover. Now, on to something that that I was kind of a bit peed about, actually, and unfortunately I wasn't told about this, but luckily now our fans will let you know. Yeah, Newcastle's Queen Day 9, the 9th anniversary of the Queen Convention in Newcastle. The first thing I've got to tell you is it's a good thing, but I have negatives about it, obviously. Right, the 4th of June, Saturday, 3 till 1 a.m. is the centre of life in Newcastle again. Jim and his ridiculous patheticness of stupid ridiculousness is doing another Queen's Day in Newcastle. Now, first of all, don't go to this event, right? This event is awful, right? I went there 2 years ago with Mark and Gemma, right? And I think it was one of the worst things I've ever been to in my life. It was not the best. It wasn't a Queen convention. All it was just going there in a big room and sitting there with a guy who was using a laptop, using Windows Media Player, showing videos of Queen. It kind of doesn't work, mate. No. So I asked Jim Stevenson if I could go and do it for the pleasure of them guys. And he says, well, I thank you for the offer. Unfortunately, we are not interested. We like to do it our way. Yeah, they respect the guy, right? They respect Jim Stevenson. I mean, he's a big guy over in the North East, a huge Queen guy. But I'll just warn you now, if you ever go down to Newcastle in the Queen's Day, don't bother. It's just awful. I mean, I've been there, and you know, me and Mark, we thought it was Q&A session with some people who were coming onto the main thing. No, a Q&A is more questions and answers. Yeah, questions and answers is where you answer questions to people in the public. Not sort of like a quiz where you get questions that are in a quiz sort of thing of it. What is that all about? That's just nuts. So the Queen's Day in Newcastle, right? I obviously know that Jim is going down there. Jim Jenkins is going down there obviously this year. From my point of view, guys, I would say it's a no-no because you get bored, and I think people will leave the actual stage as well, just saying this is crap. So, from my point of view, I do respect the guy doing a lot of work for it. My point of view is I really don't think people want to go to it, to be honest. It ain't the sort of thing that you guys really want to see. So try not to make it even more of a thing, guys. Make it more interesting. And try and get it all sorted out as well if you can, which is even interesting for it. Please. Next piece of news is Queen's Freddie Mercury's 70th birthday party in Montreux. I've talked about this obviously in the last couple of broadcasts we did on Queensville, by the way. So who's going to Montreux's Freddie birthday? Well, if you're exciting news, we're going to have some exciting news on the Saturday in Montreux. We'll be full of Queen fans, nothing to do with nothing to do. Oh, we're full of Queen fans with nothing to do, right? Typo. As the official Freddie Mercury birthday party at the casino isn't until Sunday night. Well, we thought about that and excited to tell you the fan club will be holding their Freddie birthday disco on the Saturday night at the Ned Club. It's a great venue, just walking distance from the whole monument, the statue, and the hotel and casino. £5 of the ticket we donate to Freddie Mercury Phoenix Trust. The Ned's opens at 7:30, starts at 8 o'clock. Entrance £20 per person, and it's damn expensive to go. I mean, if you've got the money, right? If you've got the money to go to Montreux and celebrate Freddie's career and life, go there. But it is very expensive to go now. I mean, tickets are just the travelling is an absolute abomination this year. It's gone way up in expensive prices. Like £1,500 to fly out there, and also you got to go on the boat as well. You got to go on the cruise boats. to even get to the Montreux area. And obviously Queen's supplying that as well. They did a deal with someone over in Venice somewhere, Verona, and wanted to try and make it more get on the boat, get there. It's going to be there to experience. It's like, okay. So if you have the money to go there, go there. It's great to see it, isn't it? It's wonderful. So same birthday party for Freddie Mercury. Really cool stuff indeed. I also want to add something as well, that Queen's Day 2. Is it Queen's Day 2? Queen's Day 2 that I did last year. Queen's Day is back on the 24th of November this year. I think it's a Sunday we're doing it, actually. It's actually the day after I come back from the day at Whitby, which is going to be a longer video, actually, because I've actually decided to do it this way. Instead of me going to Whitby and just doing a video of the pavilion, I think we're doing a whole video for you guys at Whitby itself. And I think it will be interesting for the channel to do it as well, so that's even interesting as well. And it's something that will keep you all amused. So I'll add that as well in here. So the 24th of November, we've got a Queen's Day happening again. And very hopefully we're going to have back Jim Jenkins again if we get a chance to get Skype sorted out. And I have, seriously, Skype's been just brilliant. It's been working so much good. And it's been very, very interesting as well. I am available to take questions on this version of Queen. And just to give you all an update of what's happening as well. Now, here comes some news. I'm kind of a bit skeptical about all this news going on about Freddie Mercury's movie getting produced. Brian May, the stuff going on at Brian May and that guy who played him. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, Brian was kind of he was in the press this week that was about Brian May and Sacha Baron Cohen were not meeting minds. Apparently, Brian was not happy with his performance as Freddie Mercury taking the role on the movie side of the production that was going to get filmed for the Networth Wembley thing that was happening for it. Okay, Brian has said in a recent Facebook posting, or someone posted on Facebook, that he said that he was very critical about his performance and stage presence on the movie itself. This is why he was being abandoned by the project. Now, they were looking at somebody else to play the role of Freddie Mercury. But that role's now not going ahead. And this is where the weirdness comes into it. Now, obviously, Sacha was originally going to direct it, produce it, with Brian and Roger being on the backside of it. They were going to finance the movie, and they were going to get distribution from Universal and do all this movie business and stuff. Then there was all this palaver saying about it's going to lip sync to the tracks from Queen to Freddie's life and to do that sort of thing. Well, Sacha can't even sing anyway to save his life anyway. I mean, I do like the guy. I mean, all right, I don't like any of his movies, to be honest. You know, all right, okay, he made all these movies and he's a great actor. I don't like any of his movies. He's just terrible. I mean, I totally understand. I get the idea where they're going with it. Obviously, that they want to still get this project off the ground and make a movie of it, but they don't want to. As I understand, don't want Brian and Roger involved in it now, because Brian was very critical about it in saying in a recent interview that he said, I wasn't happy with everything going on with him because he was trying to be too persuasive, too into it, and too very into it as well. So the movie, is it still going to go ahead? Is it getting in production? Is anything happening? Well, it's been stopped apparently. Universal Films kind of have not really decided to go ahead with it. I think Brian and Roger want to back out on it now because it's going to ruin, basically it'll ruin the plot. It will ruin the main script. And using footage from Queen's tours in the 86 to merge with the film, I can't really see that being a positive perspective of where it is anyway. So I kind of will have to say that the movie will. I don't think the movie should be made. I don't think it should be done actually, because it's. I mean, all right. I've seen loads of movies over the years. I mean, Queen's never produced a movie in their life. I mean, we were supposed to get that We Will Rock You Last Night DVD being put out on EMI and never released it. which I will speak about that actually in a minute because I've got a lot of information about EMI actually in a minute. And there's all this stuff going on that Brian is still negative about it. He says, I don't want the guy to come back and do it anymore. So, from what I understand from a posting that's been received on my Facebook on here, it says the chap who played Queen in Bond is playing him. Oh, well, the guy who plays Q in Bond is playing him, is he? Well, that's the first I know about it. But yeah, but Brian is still kind of hit and miss about it. Roger, I don't know about Roger's side because Roger's kind of like quiet in the minute. I mean, he's been very quiet actually. He shaved his beard off actually. Would you believe? He grew his beard for charity actually. That's what it was for. And Roger, he kind of doesn't want to say anything about it because he says I just don't want to be involved in it. So Brian and Roger are not meeting minds at the moment. I mean, good friends obviously, but they're not meeting the minds of having a right director and a right thing for it. If they had the chance to get Ben Elton to come back and write the scripts for the movie, it would be brilliant. Take extracts from the 70s, 80s to the last years of his life, you know, whatever it is. I mean, we've already had the movie of the Freddie Mercury movie thing over there, which we've already had. We've had that, and that was an amazing thing. And then came out the second sequel to that, which was the Real Life Singer of Songs documentary, which is A Great Pretender, which was brilliant. That was like awesome. And after watching that, I realised that was a very, very good documentary that was made. And praise down for Rhys Thomas doing that as well, which is cool. So as I said, my thoughts about the Brian May Queen thing. Yeah, I was kind of a bit peeved about it, and I went, they're never going to get made. They're not going to get made of that. So they're not going to. I don't think they're going to make the movie, guys. So yeah. But if you have any thoughts about that, anyway, let me know on the next Queensville event, and we'll see if we can get some conversation going with that. That's pretty interesting. All right, okay. On the other news now, Queen fans. A lot of Queen fans over the years. I've met loads of. I mean, I'll tell you, my whole life of Queen is just so amazing. I mean, I've literally just been to the brim with so much stuff going on. And I last week met a few Queen fans last week when I was performing. I performed "Don't Stop Me Now" and "The Great Pretender" and Radio Gaga, and we recorded it for. We actually recorded it last Thursday at the karaoke because I'm doing karaoke now with my mate Steve, and it occurred to me a couple of weeks ago that I tell you what. I have to show you this on camera. What I have here I had delivered last Sunday with my mate Steve. Brilliant guy, down to earth, fantastic. He delivered all these cassettes to me, these backing tracks, and I have a video coming up actually that involves with tapes. And I had a marathon. I tell you what, my last week was just ridiculous. I had a marathon task of transferring all these tapes to a machine, which is in the corner of the room. And I tell you what, for what it's worth. Anyway, so as I was going through all this stuff of cassettes and tapes and things, I found a backing track of "I Want to Break Free." Yeah. Now you have to realise this was 1990. When tapes were still going around, and 2000 is when they died. I found something really very bizarre the other week, and I tell you what, when you see the video that I've got coming up next week, you've got to listen to this backing track because it is. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll just say, wait till the video gets produced. Yeah. Which is actually the Angry Penguin video that I'm starting to film in the summertime. So that's going to be the new Angry Penguin video. We're going to do backing tracks, the worst backing tracks of the world. Yeah, and I believe me. Well, just don't even just think about it, right? Just think about it. Worst backing tracks of the world. I've got some awful backing tracks that are worse than this. What we did was. What I do is on a Thursday, I go and perform Queen songs, and I do 3 Queen songs. I do Radio Gaga, I Want to Break Free, and I do Innuendo as well. which we haven't done yet actually, which I am looking forward to that one. And Don't Stop Me Now is obviously the favourite track that I love doing every night, and it's just really amazing indeed to actually to hear it as well. So that's something that's coming up for Queen fans, and I'm telling you, the next Angry Penguin video is going to be very, very hilarious. Which now brings me on another point actually. The other video that I was meant to do, I've had a shitload of problems with that video, guys. I have just been... The video that I was meant to do was Rock and Roll Disco, and unfortunately, there's so many issues I've had with that problems. The first thing was, the video was going to work out bloody fine. Finding the people were okay to find. The third thing was getting the place, which I was trying to get arranged, and that was just bloody stupid. It was absolutely ridiculous. I went up on the Thursday night. I went up one day last week. A few weeks ago, I went up to the place, and I said to them, I do a YouTube channel which is called Queensville, and obviously I'm doing like a blog thing, and I do also like a show. And I wanted to film this brand new segment we want to do with people involved in dancing and choreography. I'll do the choreography for it as well. Trying to get the place up that other week. We tried to go at the Oval last week. Fortunately, the Oval didn't work because they had so many things going on up there, and we couldn't really film there anyway because it was kind of like the space was too short and was too small. So when I went to this other place, I went to the room, and the room was huge. I mean, it was bigger than this room actually, but the main dance hall was what I wanted to do with it. And I wanted to use the Friday Night Show theme. I wanted to use all this stuff we know, dances involved. And then the big problem was everything was fine, and they said, "Yeah, you can use it for the day." Fortunately, what I realised was it was closing down. It's just a stupid thing. And they said, "Oh, I looked and I went, I'm here to do the video of what we shoot." I says, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate. This is closed now." I says, "Oh, you're kidding me." So that's why I thought, right, scrap that idea. And I thought, I am going to get filmed. So now we're changing that one from now to the new Angry Penguin video, which is getting filmed, which is a preview one you've seen on the channel. And I'm happy to say it's a long wait for it. I know it's a long wait, but still, we're getting there. So it's getting there. Don't worry about it. Okay, on other things now. Streaming. Yes, I'm back doing the Wednesday and Friday nights now on Vaughan TV. So I'm still there. So I want to thank everybody, by the way, tuning in on the nights at Vaughan TV. You guys are great. You love my rock show. You love the 80s show. I mean, last Friday's 80s show, it wasn't the best one, but then again, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I think the subscribers who subscribe to Queensville are also going on my channel or see it on Vaughan TV. And I'm loving that. I'm really loving that as well. So I'm mostly doing Thursday nights down at Corrie Tavern in Bolden. So I'm in the North East now, doing all that stuff down there, which is absolutely amazing. And other things, projects-wise, at the moment I'm starting to do karaoke backing tracks now, which was the thing I did last week. We have to go back and re-edit them again because all the tracks were wrong on it, obviously. And now I realised that this morning I turned on the karaoke video creator. Now the things crashed all together. So we're kind of a bit of at a standing point of thinking this is not going to work. But I will fix it in the next couple of weeks anyway to see what happens with it as well. So apart from that, yeah, Queen's collections. We got a lot of people commenting about them Queen collections actually and said, is there any more coming? Well, I don't know because from what I understand from David and Leander and all that palaver went on, I don't know what's happening at the minute, guys. So I have to say that that bit's ended now, actually. So I don't know when we're going to buy. I don't know what's going on yet. So I can't really say yes or no yet about it. But if there is anybody else out there who wants to do their collection, I'm still open to suggestions, guys, to edit the videos and do it as well from it. Just a few more things happening on Queensville. Now, what I'm going to do is, I mean, I said before that this last couple of weeks I did some clean up on my my playlists and stuff for girls play videos. I'm gonna, unfortunately, they have to stay on here because we're getting good views for them and they're actually enjoying them so much. So what I'm going to do is, we're gonna try and I'm gonna try and move them off this channel onto my other channel, which will be called Girls Play Highlights or whatever it is anyway from it. And that's what will happen on that channel now. So I'm going to try and get them moved over from this channel to that channel, so you guys will get confused with what's going on, the updates and uploads and stuff as well from it. Apart from that, that's all I have mostly this time on the Queensville today. If you guys have any suggestions of Queen stuff and whatever else you guys can think about, let me know. And keep tuned to the Facebook page, because there's lots of new stuff coming up as well. And I am going to try and find out when we are going to do the next Freddie Mercury pastiche video thing. That's like a montage video. That's I was kind of wanting to do a montage video of the whole year on Queensville and do that video thing as well for see what's happened with this. But that's a big thing that I've got to try and edit all that video together and see what happens with that. So that might come up next few weeks or so when I get it all sorted out, guys. Anyway. So as I said, guys, things are fine, things are good, much better than last time. That point of proof video will stay on for another week or so, and then I'll take it down, just because it was just basically there for their purpose anyway. So, like I say, guys, everything's fine. I am still on Skype at Test 2 to still talk to people on there if you want to, and also Facebook's still going on. Test Super's still there. The Passion Records Remembered page is getting a lot of views at the moment with that. I am still working on that page, and there hasn't been a lot of updates on that page yet, but I am getting to that soon as well from it. And yeah, so things are great. Much better than last time, guys. So I'll see you guys next month for the next Queensville update, and until then, have a great time. So see you later. Bye-bye.